season opener. I know it's always exciting for you. Your thoughts first as an opening, your 42nd season here at South Carolina?
Yeah, we're excited. It's particularly exciting this year. We have a very, very young team. 50% of the guys on the roster are new. In a couple of scrimmages we had one time, there was 2 players out there that had played on the field for South Carolina before. So we have a nice blend of youth and some experience. So it's been really a very, very steep learning curve in preseason with our guys, and I think they've done a really good job.
How do you think a lot of those new guys will react to what will probably be a hostile atmosphere in their first regular season collegiate game playing at the arch rival?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll enjoy it. This is what they come to South Carolina to participate in. This is why they come here to play in big games, and so certainly it'll be a little bit of a baptism by fire, but that's okay. We have to learn. They played in front of quite a large crowd here, a huge crowd in our preseason scrimmage, so they know what a big crowd's like, but they'll be on the other side of it on Friday night, but that's okay. That's one of the exciting things about the University of South Carolina is the opportunity to play in big matches, so I think our guys will be ready for that.
Learned about your team through these first 2 exhibition games, and what do you feel like they've done pretty well?
Yeah, I think, very, very talented group. I'm really excited. They're real young, though. And so we haven't had enough time. We've had 13 practices. So we haven't had enough time to really work through a lot of the subtleties and the things that we have to get down. There are big gaps in where we need to be as a team right now just because we haven't had enough time. So we'll have to keep working through that as we move through the season. But what I have learned is that their effort is good, their attitude is good, their toughness is good, and we need to now put that on stage and see where we can go with it.
With a young and experienced team, who do you look for leadership, again, especially because you're starting off on the road, or who has stepped forward as a leader at this point?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit leadership by committee. I think our senior class has done a great job. They've helped the guys in preseason to know what the expectations are, and they've done a good job of keeping everybody on track. So I think, we've had 2 matches on the road already in preseason, so this group has learned how to travel. They know how we operate, and so that's an important step for them. And I think the leadership will be there. I don't think there's any question. I think the attitude is good, and we should be good.
Strictly things happening on the pitch after your exhibition games. If you could pinpoint 1 or 2 things that you would say is the strength of this team right now, and maybe what's the most immediate area where you want to see some improvement?
Yeah, I think the resiliency. We went to Duke, we were down 2 goals and came back and scored 2. We came here in our preseason scrimmage at home, let a goal in, came back and scored 7. So, there's a little bit of resiliency there. There's a little bit of, a learning curve. We're making mistakes, and then we have to compensate and come back and deal with that. So I think that's one of the strengths of this group. Again, I think we'll be a much different team in September and October than we are now, but it's just going to be we just have to grow with it. And the young guys have to go out there. They have to play. They have to, be in the experience and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And, we just have to keep moving forward in that regard.
I guess only 13 practices in, but have you seen kind of an identity form yet on this team of what you think they can be?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we're beginning to put together an identity, and I think it's an attacking group. I think it's a group that wants to go forward. But, again, we need to make sure we're consistent. We've scored 9 goals in the first 2 scrimmages, and then we went to Wilmington and didn't score. So exactly where are we? I don't know. We're somewhere in the middle of all that. So we've shown the ability to put points up, and we've done fairly well defensively, but we need to improve on the defensive cohesion, and we need to make sure that, where are we going to be? I mean, I think it's a new page in the book, and we're ready to write on that page.
A little off topic, but Harris Bastide just recently retired. I guess you've been here a while and seen a couple of different presidents run through. Just what's your impression of him and the job he did here?
Wow. I mean, you talk sometimes about a player's coach, right? I mean, he was a coach's president. He represented not only the students of this university in such fine fashion, but our teams. He was such a great backer of all of our athletic teams. You know, he and Patricia were out here at so many of our matches, and you know, I just can't say enough about what he's done. And we look forward to, you know, our new president and his leadership and his guidance. And yeah, we're looking forward to moving on.
You talk about a lot of newcomers this year. Fans are asking who are ones that we should maybe be watching more than others. Who are some guys that you're excited to see out there?
Yeah, I think, you know, in the back line, 3 of the 4 guys in the back line are new. And Frano is the more of the veteran guy, and he's been in and out of the lineup with injury. So that's going to be an all-new group. I think you want to watch those guys and see how they develop. In midfield, you know, Logan Hitzman has done very, very well. Parker League as a freshman has done very, very well in preseason. Up front, Brian Banahan has scored a lot of goals for us in preseason. He's another freshman out of Kentucky. Logan Frost has scored goals for us up front as well. So, you know, we've got a lot of new guys. I mean, you need to bring your program when you come to the game, because you're going to need to look at the numbers and match them up, because there's a lot of new guys. And look, there's some good returning guys as well, but some of them are younger. You know, some of those guys that are now stepping up and taking more responsibility in the team. So, yeah, you definitely have to get a game program when you come to our matches and start to learn these guys, because we're excited about them. We're excited about this team, and we're excited how they're going to grow during the course of the season. Is it all going to be without peaks and valleys? No, it's not. There's going to be peaks and valleys, and we have to weather those. But what we want to do is have a steady uptick as the season moves on, and as this group gains experience, gains competitive experience, and that's kind of what we're looking to see.
A lot of new faces in goal too. How do you feel about that group so far?
Very pleased. You know, it's really disappointing. Justin Bauer was injured in the PDL season, so he's out, but we'll get him back towards the middle of the season. You know, Benny has done a great job in goal, along with Nick and Ryan. So we feel really solid in goal. Don't have a lot of Division I experience in that group. They're all kind of new Division I guys, but they've done great. So we're really confident in goal. Tyler Kettering, our goalkeeper coach, has done a great job bringing those guys along. So I feel really good about where we are in goal.
And last question for me, for somebody who's never been to a South Carolina Clemson game, how would you describe the atmosphere? What's it like? What's the comparison?
Well, I mean, I played at North Carolina, I played in the ACC, and there isn't a rivalry in the ACC that equals the Clemson-South Carolina rivalry. It's a wonderful experience. It's a great opportunity. There's 2 or 3 maybe rivalries in the nation that capture that spirit, and so it's something that our guys come here to be a part of. It's a special thing, and you know, we look forward to the match. They're always a good team, and so it'll be a good challenge for us.